Do that again, Jason. It sounds like a raincoat. Damn, look at that Yokomoto. Wow, what's Kirby drinking? Footpath IPA. Does it taste like a foot?
Straight out of Williamsport.
Straight out.
Okay. Straight out of. What do you think of my old school Trinity jacket, guys?
It's too legit. Seriously.
Killer or what?
It's brand new. I never wore it. I forget what we got these for. I don't know, maybe the Chicago show? No. Yeah.
I never went.
Oh, you guys. We just got them as we were going to sell them. I think it was we were basically copying Team Losi at the time because they had the pink one, remember?
Yeah, that was pretty gray, black, and pink.
Yeah. And didn't turn out too well. I don't know though. Jason, I don't know. What do you think?
It looks fine. I just
the arms they were too puffy. Look at that. Look. You're up there driving a dryer stay. You look like what'd you say, Kirby, earlier? It looked like one of those
like a Halloween costume with the like inflate. It's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah. I just couldn't pull that look off. The inflatable look.
Well,
never wore it.
I don't think it was a problem with you. It was a problem with that jacket design.
Yeah, exactly. Should have got
now,
jacket.
Jason,
look at that.
Look at that canary yellow bad boy. Got the old school yoke logo. I always like that logo on the chest.
Are we gonna start anything, or are we just?
We're live.
We're live.
We're live.
We're live, Jason.
We'll do it live.
We're live. Explain the jacket. What year is that jacket from, approximately?
I would say mid to late 90s.
Okay. Was that like a hey, you're going to the Worlds? Here's a jacket. Or was that like a Team Driver issue?
I think they sold them for a little while. I think Masami's was special. The Masami had the like
airbrushed
shine. Well, his was almost like shiny patent leather looking.
Oh,
okay.
And this is kind of cloth. This is like a cloth looking. So I think this was sort of like the inexpensive version of what Masami had. But,
hey, give this to the B main guys.
Yeah.
Damon says, "Is this the vintage jacket episode?"
It is.
Look at that. Not autographed though.
That's bad. Looks brand new too.
It does. Jason, you ever wear it?
No.
First time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's first time for me with this Trinity jacket.
Yeah.
98, we got 99. We got these, Kirby. 99.
Yeah, it had to be 8 or 9.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, I wish I have a jacket just like that somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't know where. Mine also said AKA Gotti Jr.
Yeah.
I remember.
Where is this? I can never get this right in the camera. Yeah, it says Larry Dill, AKA Gotti Jr. Tony P. Tony P wouldn't let me just get Gotti Jr. on there. So he's like, "Oh, you got to put your full name on there." And I'm like,
nah.
All right. Right there, guys. See it?
That's bad.
Bad.
Larry Dell Jr.
Now, I didn't like the writing, either the cursive writing, but whatever.
Hey, does that say, is that the Trinity, like the 3 circles that says New World Order underneath it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It does not say New World Order.
Yeah. Wait a minute here.
Right there. Yep. Left side. Your other left.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
New World Order.
New World Order.
There it is. See?
Take a spin. Take a spin so they can see the back.
I gotta watch the cable. Can you see the Trinity?
Yep. Perfect. Yep.
Look at that. New World Order. Kirby and I made him put the New World Order on. We said if we got to wear these.
Take a look at that.
But when this came in, I remember clearly it was a bit of a disappointment when we put them on because
look,
right, yeah, because look,
on paper they look cool. Like design, yeah, they look cool.
Yeah, exactly. Paul Wynn says the inflatable sumo suit.
Pretty. I mean, yeah, kind of.
That's what it's like for. Oh, well, by the way, we were ahead of our time. We thought about COVID back in 98, 99. Look at this. Built-in face mask. You get any better than that? Look at that. Built-in face mask. See, you can't do that. Yokomo wasn't thinking ahead.
And you would think if anybody had it, Yokomo had like a built-in face mask.
At Trinity, we always thought there was going to be a pandemic, so we were prepared for it. We always, assumed, hey, look, the worst pandemic's going to happen. So there we are, all set.
New World Order.
All right. No lie, this is the first time I actually wore this shirt for a jacket for more than 5 minutes. It's amazing.
Me too.
Yeah, same with Jason. He never wore that. Lynn says, looks like the Gortman fish stick guy. Oh, that's
Gordon's fisherman.
Yeah. Okay.
Just the Gordon's fisherman. It's Jason.
Should we continue the fashion show? Should I get out the other jacket?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go get that other jacket.
Because that one's pretty cool. I like that off color.
Right. Now,
beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Won't you be mine? Change your shoes, too, Jason. Oh my God, Kirby.
Yeah, you're probably melting.
Yeah. The goal was to keep this on, though. See if I can.
I'd be out.
I'm in Florida, by the way. As you can see, I'm at S&S Raceway.
Yep, I see that.
So it's really hot. Everybody's gone. Race is over.
But are you wearing jeans?
No. Actually, I'm wearing shorts. Underwear. Would you like to see that?
Quite logical.
Look at this. Riley says, so you can pump up your jacket. Pumps up on its own.
Yeah, it's permanent pump. Yes.
Look at that.
That jacket is the same thing.
It is.
It's the exact same. Look at the sleeves. The sleeves are the fabric. The two-tone is diagonal in the front. It's just like that Trinity design. Yeah.
Who copied who?
TLR copied. Sorry, Team Losi copied Trinity. Jason, put your arm out. Let's see the sleeves. It's two colors, just like the Trinity one. That's the same. I bet if you take them off and reveal the labels, same manufacturer.
So I wonder if this is when Ernie was at Losi. Remember, he was living there and out in Cali, and we were, he was at Losi. I wonder if this is like Tony ordered these and also ordered them.
Well, before the 93 Worlds, Associated had the puffy jacket. It was white, blue, red, and gray. And that jacket was what they wore at the 93 Worlds in England. And when they got home, they sold the jacket, but it didn't have the gray. It was just red, white, and blue. It never looked as good as I thought either. The actual Worlds ones with the gray was a nicer look. And then they sold the other, and it was the puffy one. And that was the first Losi pink jacket with the pink, the black
and gray.
That one was cool, and it was lightweight.
Right.
It was sick, yeah.
That was a light jacket.
So like a windbreaker.
They went to England and they got those big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason that caught on. You had to have this big jacket.
So when they went to England, they had that one.
They had the Associated one. When Losi did this one, this was like early 2000s. This was kind of like too late. Like this was way late in the game. Like
by then we already realized that these sucked.
Yeah, who was wearing this in 2000? Like I just don't.
I like the beige, that brown. I think that's a cool color.
It was very strange that they went with this color.
It is weird.
It's nice though. I mean, the logos are always nice. I mean, look at the back of it. I mean,
got that classic
nice.
Team Losi.
Yeah. It's actually a good looking jacket if it wasn't for the puffy arms.
Thank you, Kyle. Sorry I can't contribute.
Just the slim that first Losi one is what got everybody going. That pink one.
Yeah.
That
it was cool.
That was a cool jacket. And it was the right timing, that 93, 94 time period. And then Associated did the big puffy jacket, and I never wore one. I couldn't deal with it. And then when I was on Losi for those 2 years, I got this thing, but I never wore it. And then I had that Yokomo one. I never wore that because it was yellow.
Yeah.
But I kept them because I knew.
Mac Davis, brown nose them.
I just knew that they were going to be kind of like collector's items. I wish I had the Associated one, but.
It's for you, Mac.
Damian Berkowitz. Wow, there's Damian. Where you at, bro?
He commented already. This is second.
Oh, is it? Okay.
The one.
He says, I wonder what year my associated jacket is from. Ryan Eckert gave me one years ago, blue and black with the old logo on the chest.
Yeah, I think that's the same. I think that might be the same one we're talking about. It's not the World one. The World one had the gray in it.
Okay.
And the only one of those I've seen, I think Brad Ralphs might still have his, but when I was just at Hobby Action a couple weeks ago, I noticed that they have Kinwald's jacket in there from that Worlds, and it said on the back, Team Associated Reedy, 12. I think it was 11-time.
Wow.
11-time world champion. And,
wow.
And Kinwald had it modified with an X through it to say after he won, he made it
12.
+1. So.
Gotcha.
Somebody commented earlier. Losi Ho said he still has that cool Losi jacket.
Yeah.
That's a keeper.
All right. Let's see.
There it is.
Let's see who makes these things.
Yes.
Oh,
I guarantee it.
Yeah, it's the same company. I mean, obviously. Screw this up here. The Austin 316. Racewear designs.
It's exactly the same.
Yep, yeah. Same jacket.
Yeah. Racewear designs. First time I ever wore it.
We should Google them and see if they're still in business.
Okay.
We need to get a J. Contis puffy jacket.
I have the technology to do that.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
We could see. Maybe we could get we could get a J Concepts puffy jacket.
Yeah, throwback.
Jackson Brunson says, Gotti, missing you in Warzone. You see me online, Jackson, invite me, man. Well, because you guys change your gamer tags all the time. I don't know who's who anymore.
What?
Why did you do that? With the same
I don't know. They change your gamer tags. I don't know. I think Spencer's changed his already. I think probably Jackson has.
In that game or
No, overall on the PlayStation friends list. So it just totally confuses me, and I have no idea who's who anymore. And I'm just like, well, if you want me to play with it, just invite me, because I don't know
your name anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, why would you do that? Silly.
They're being silly. So.
Can't stand you.
Hey, I got background noise coming from one of you two. Is it Kirby with AEW, or is it Jason with Spencer and Allison chatting in the background?
Well, definitely Spencer and Allison are chatting in the background.
Okay.
I can close the door. Let me see if that works.
Oh, geez. I mean, that would help,
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
There's go back in the closet. Who would have thought to close the door before you podcast? I don't know. But.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Randy says, y'all making me want to break out the old horrible yellow Maxi Fuel sweatshirts.
It must be after my time.
Oh, Jason's that's brutal.
I'm not even sure what the Yeah, I've never seen them.
Ah, he's got the okay. Bigfoot shirt. All right. Jason says, I picked up the Black Team Associated jacket off eBay 10 or more years ago. Got to be early 90s windbreaker-ish.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to need a picture of that one. It'd be interesting to see if they even sold that one.
I wish we would have done a nice windbreaker at Trinity. I think we did at one time, actually. But you know what the problem was with them? Yeah, we had a black one that had, Trinity logo on the left front. And then the only problem with them was the bottom
elastic
would like freaking roll up. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just annoying as hell. And you couldn't wear the damn thing.
Yeah.
I think that was early 90s, actually, before we were even there. They were just selling them, and I bought it, of course. And I was just kind of disappointed because the elastic was just crazy. But
everybody was chasing that the classic surf style. Is it surf style? Like the Oakley windbreaker jackets that were like bright purple or pink. Everybody was chasing that look because that was hot.
And the Billabong jacket.
Billabong. I think I had a Jimmy Z surf jacket, bright, like the brightest pink ever. I remember Oakley thermonuclear protection logo. Like the whole chest was that logo.
Yeah.
But that was awesome.
Billabong. That was the name of my dog.
Puppers.
Rest in peace.
Rip.
Alex Sturgeon says my pink team low-C jacket is still on back order at Hobbytown in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I got bad news for you. That might not be coming in.
Yeah. It'll be in next Wednesday.
Shipping next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Shipping next week. Is that what you used to say?
Mm-hmm.
We used to say, like, when's those Pico engines coming in? Oh, well, it was on a barge on their way over, and a rogue wave hit it near the Fiji Islands. So we're not sure of the condition of that shipment yet, and it delayed it by a few weeks. Sorry about that. That's a legit thing, Jason. We actually, me and George Mitchell,
XP80,
right, would tell people that on the phone. That it was near the Fiji Islands, rogue wave hit it. Don't let me know it's Trinity. RJ says neon colors for the Oakley logos on the back of our slammed S10s.
Thermonuclear protection he has,
yes.
Guaranteed.
I mean, yeah, you had those Oakley, the vinyl, the die cut decals. You had to have them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That Chasing was the cool-ish. That was the cool deal, man. The Oakley frog skins.
Joey Zara says, "Have you guys watched a new episode of Driven yet?"
No.
I don't have a clue. I think there's a video game called Driven. But...
No, he's talking about the RCGP stuff, the video that they were producing.
Is that still going?
No.
Oh, really?
The videos from 2019.
Oh, gotcha. Oh. Okay. No, I haven't. So they just came out with a new episode?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I don't even know where would you find that at? On their website?
I think it's just on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm sure Joe can point us in the right direction, but
right.
I watched one of them. I believe it was the first one that came out. I mean, the videos are amazingly put together. They're awesome videos.
So is it like a half hour or something like that?
It could be more. It's it's just a professional version of it's a professional edit of following the top racers through the RCGP, like each event. So it just makes you kind of want to be David Ronafalk or Davide Ungaro.
Okay.
It didn't necessarily make me want to have RC cars, but it just made me want to be the top guy, which kind of I would want to be the top guy anyway with a video, but hey, either way.
All right. What's that movie that came out that everybody told me not to watch, actually, but about RC cars? I think it was on Netflix, maybe?
The one that they filmed a lot at Jimmy's track, right? Jimmy Babcock?
I have no idea. Is it better than Carpet Racers? Now, Carpet Racers, me and Kirby interviewed the guys from Carpet Racers back in 2012 or 13.
I would have forgot about that had you not said it. Yeah.
Yeah. And as the show was going on, we found out that weren't they part of the Rooney family?
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Steelers? Was that
I mean, that was so long ago. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah, okay. Man. All right. Carpet Racers, though. Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. You can watch that for free. Providing you have Amazon Prime. See how that works? All right.
How don't you have
Oh, Flying Cars, Hannah Montana. I mean, Hannah, what's her last name? Hardinson. Flying Cars. That's the name of it. Yeah. I was going to go check that out. Everybody in the comments section of they're like, no, don't. I'm like, oh. All right,
so they Gotti was talking right out of it.
I'm like, you know me with movies. I fast forward through movies. So if a movie is 2 hours long, it takes me maybe a half hour to go through the whole thing.
Hannah was telling me the other day that's actually kind of, it's got like almost like a sad ending. Like the guy chooses RC over the girlfriend.
Well, that sounds like real life there, probably.
I was going to say, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I would imagine what an RC guy would do. Well, I mean, Hannah don't want to hear that because that means Lee will end up choosing RC over her eventually. All right.
Yikes.
Exactly, Damien. Gene Hustings were my favorite RC DVDs. Absolutely. I used to love watching those.
I used to make Damon watch all those videos. I was just hoping that he would be interested. Like, okay,
how can you be interested? They're great.
He's like, hey,
here's how to tune your gas engine for your RC10 GT.
Yeah, that's true. All right. It's like,
why am I standing anyway? I don't know. I kind of like standing better than I do sitting.
You actually look pro like that. It's like you're at
what's the commercial that Veridesk, like oh
yeah.
Nice meeting, Jason. 10:30. I'll be there. Bring my notes.
To me, you look like you're at a podium.
Yeah, it looks like you're at a press conference.
Yeah.
You are fake news. Fake news.
To me, it's like you're up there, you know.
I kind of do like it, man. I don't know if I could do this for 2 hours, but look at that.
You're like, first I'll make a statement and then I'll be open for questions.
Yeah.
So Jason, real quick, back to what is it? RCGP? Is that what it was?
Yeah, RCGP.
That's already dead?
Well, I mean, they had a 2019 season, and then 2020, of course, got interrupted by COVID.
Right.
Now it's called something else right now, right?
No. I think they're wanting to start it back in 2022. I'm not sure where it's at the moment, but I think they are wanting to get it back going in 2022. But
it's all overseas, right? Or no, they had one over here, right?
They had one here it was actually at Thunder Alley, I believe.
That's it, yeah. Good job.
And the schedule was showing, if they were going to do it this year, the schedule was showing 2 events in the U.S.
Okay.
And then 2 in Europe, I believe. So...
Well, we can go to the ones in Europe, not the ones here. All right. Damien says, I love those things. His style of going through, talking about the Gene videos, through the pits was the best part. Exactly. Seeing all the old school stuff.
Right. When the Losi guys were like goofing on him and he didn't, was kind of like oblivious to it.
Well, yeah. One of the things that was interesting is
Team Skull.
Cliff Lett did not like talking to the camera. He was almost kind of mean to Gene.
Cliff was?
Yeah. and then Mark Pavidis was always kind of, I wouldn't say annoyed, but like embarrassingly annoyed kind of thing.
Well, they weren't used to that type of stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting because, he wanted to interview the drivers and talk to them in the pits, and I didn't want to talk at all. I would just kind of like look around and not,
I don't see you.
Yeah, I would talk and, be looking around. But,
Was it because you were nervous being in front of a camera back then? Or just
yeah, probably.
Awkward.
Yeah, probably.
Here's the guy with the camera.
Yeah, and probably the camera
was the only one doing it.
About on the shoulder. Right. And you're probably like, look at this guy.
Which now I remember. Where was that camera at the Nets?
I just decided not to take it.
Jason's all talk in the chat. Then when it comes time to do it, it ain't happening. That's how I am in the chat too. I tell you I'm going to show up somewhere. I don't.
I was giving someone like a tour through our shop the other day, and we got into where our photo area is, and that's where I have that camera. And they stopped and they just said, "Whoa, look at that camera!"
Oh, so you actually did buy that camera then off eBay?
Oh yeah, I have it.
And how much did you pay for that on eBay?
$30.
That's not bad.
No.
And it's really nice. It's in good condition.
So yeah, what year was that camcorder from? 1989? Was it?
It's right around there, maybe even earlier.
I would have said 88 or 89.
Man. Yeah, it's is it RCA? I think is what it is.
So you were gonna go to the Nats with this camera and actually just walk around, act like you're filming, or actually film?
Yeah, I was talking to Hannah, and I was like, what we would do is pretend like I'm doing an interview with the camera, but she would be shooting behind me with the phone. So you could get that I was trying to interview people with the big,
Hannah had to think like, what? What did
I get wrapped up into here?
I think I made a mistake.
Bunch of clothes.
I would have stood at the track and just held it like that. Just
stand there.
Just because.
For 45-minute main. That would have been great. Kirby just held it there.
I don't know about that.
Well, for the lower mains, like slappers, you could have brought this big camcorder out, act like you're filming them, and then when the Mayfield comes up, then you bring the little tiny thing out.
Right. We could have filmed Jubert. We could have filmed Jubert's main with that.
Right. Yeah. Hannah liked that camcorder. She says that thing is awesome.
It's nice.
Actually, will it work though? You put a VHS in that thing, and it will record. Have you tried it?
No, I didn't try it. I'm
afraid. It needs a VHS tape.
Did the seller say it was working condition?
No, he said it was broken.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Justin Jubert chimed in there, Kirby. I think maybe he might have heard you. He wasn't there during my main. Yeah, Jubert's main was like at midnight Saturday. Like it was, they ran those lower mains first. That way, they could shoot home early.
Main.
Man.
You know what? At least he was there.
All right, next question. Corey Jordan checking in. Left tire salute. What's up, fellas? If you ain't ripping, you're tripping. Hashtag if you ain't ripping, you're tripping. By the way, I forgot to even say this is episode 227, and actually joining us today is Kirby Han. 7XF.
First time in a long time.
First time this millennium, I think.
I'm gonna say last time you were on the podcast, 2019, right? 2018? 18, 19, maybe?
There's no way it's been that long.
Well, it wasn't 2020. He wasn't on at all in 2020.
Is that a Milwaukee Bucks shirt?
It's a shamrock.
Oh, I thought that was a Bucks head.
Yeah.
I thought those
were. I get those shirts made for St. Patty's Day.
Ah.
Yeah. every year, right?
How about them bucks? What's up?
Every year you do something different with the 7XL St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yep, used to. Yep.
Used to make them
COVID.
Yeah.
Thanks,
well,
COVID.
That's over with now. Right. John Bolton says, we had an RCA camera at the MX races. My dad would hit the button when he was carrying it, then go shoot and shut it off.
Yeah, I think that was popular for a lot of people. That would happen.
Oh, so as he's walking with it, he by accident turns it on. Then when he goes to record, he's actually turning it off. Doesn't know it. Got it.
Right.
You know what I used to do is when I had our video cameras, and I'd go to the monster truck events with my dad when I was a kid, and I'd give him the video camera because I wanted to see it with
you
my
would watch
eye.
it, right?
I wanted to watch. So I'm like, hey, video it and I'll watch. He's like, oh yeah, no problem. So I'd get back and I'd rewind and watch the videos, and I'm like, there's just videos of girls on there. And just, the close ups,
zooming in on butt cheeks,
the close ups, and I'm like, where's the trucks at?
What the hell with the trucks?
Where's Barefoot, Dad?
That's awesome. What a great story. Man. Justin Jubert, hashtag done early. That's what he needs to put on his car. Get those decals made up. Stick1racing.com. Hashtag done early.
He did have, I will give him credit. He did have the nicest gear bag in the pits that weekend.
That orange KTM gear bag?
Yeah. The OGO KTM gear bag? Yeah.
That was nice.
It was pretty good looking.
Okay. Well,
he's afraid to get it dirty.
Well, I don't blame him. This is funny, this episode. I'm still sweating from wearing that jacket.
As you should be.
Yeah. Justin Jubert says that is clean and still clean.
Still clean.
He's keeping that bag. I won't even bring that. To be honest,
never even using it. Just a shelf queen.
I have this habit lately where I will buy stuff like, let's just say pairs, kicks like Adidas or whatever, and I get them in, and I don't want to I'll wear them, but then I don't want to wear them because I don't want them to get dirty.
Yeah, that's common, I think.
Yeah, I got a pile of sneakers, and I'm like, okay, I just got I don't want to wear those, so now I got to order something else. But then when I order something else, I don't want to wear those, and then it's totally confusing. Then I don't know what to do.
I have a whole bunch of sneakers chilling, and you wear one pair.
Do what now?
You have a whole bunch of sneakers chilling, and you continue to wear the one older pair.
Yeah, exactly. That the pen I bought for the Ultra Boost is working pretty good, actually. I bought that off of Amazon. Because that white Ultra Boost tends to turn, yellow.
Weird, funky, yeah.
Dirty, yeah. Corey Jordan, how dare you actually give us a legit RC question? Come on now, we're having fun here. Man, I'm missing. We got a lot of comments coming in here.
Get them up there.
Yeah. RJ says, just buy some white New Balance kicks and be done with it.
And some sweatpants.
All right, tell him, Curry, about New Balance. New Balance is not to be made fun of anymore.
Yeah. Just go to their site and look at their basketball shoes. Bro,
yeah.
They got some sick shoes. All the colors. The Kawhi Pro model, I bet they have 8 different colorways that are pretty sick, and they have another model that you wouldn't know it unless you're looking. It's just not advertised very well. If you follow them on Instagram, you'd see. But yeah, they make some cool their running shoes are sick. It's not just the dad shoes,
right?
They got some cool shoes.
So
I might have to follow them on Instagram.
And you know who wears New Balance?
Kirby Ham.
Yeah. Oh,
my dad.
Mayfield, doesn't he have black?
No.
Kirby was at the Nats. Kirby was at the Nats.
I was at the Nats. I saw it.
I don't think they were New Balance, were they?
I think they were. I know
Jason, call me Phil quick.
I know how to spell N.
Oh, Jason's on his phone right now, video, and he can't call Mayfield.
But they're like
call Mayfield quick. Spencer's back there somewhere.
It's a cool model that you wouldn't think was a New Balance model because it's not what you think of. They're not like white dad shoes.
Well, hey, those New Balance shoes are 4-0 in the last 8 scale nationals.
There you go.
If the GOAT's wearing them, they must be good. All right. When you go into a race, Jason? When are you going to race next, Jason? Oh, when are you going to race? This weekend, right? Are you going somewhere to race this weekend? Going to Maryland?
Am I going to race or
you're going to Mimi's? Are you going to race at Mimi's?
No.
So you're just going to go there and get dirt samples?
Yep.
Wheelbarrow
with the camcorder in front of it. You got the camcorder now to strap it to the front of the wheelbarrow and go around the track like Cliff Lett did down in Australia.
So that's probably not. The next race I'm probably going to race is, let's see, gosh, is it the week? It's 2 weeks after that. 2 weeks after that. That's what I'm going to race personally.
Oh, look at this, Kirby. Look at this. Ready for this comment? Are you ready, Kirby?
Yep.
Are you ready, Jason?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Kirby is right. Notice last weekend, Mayfield wearing New Balance. Look at that.
Hey.
Kirby has an eye for fashion, so I knew he was right.
You already know.
I already know.
Yep, you already know.
4-0.
Yep.
The GOAT is wearing them.
I know. I saw him. I saw what model they were. I just can't remember what off the top of my head. It's a good shoe.
4-0.
4-0. Time to get rid of all those Jordans, Jason.
Well, I did get rid of a lot of them.
Get rid of all of them.
Man, I'm down to 3, 4. I'm down to about 10 boxes. That's it.
Get some Greek freaks.
I'm from 57 down to 10.
What?
57. You bought 57 pair of Jordans.
Yeah.
They were all Jordans? You had T-Max in there too.
Well, that was one pair of T-Max, yeah.
Oh, I thought you had a couple in there.
No.
I roll.
You had Shaq, right?
No.
You made a lot of money selling those on eBay, by the way. We won't expose the figure in case Allison's listening.
$200.
That's your own money to use. All right.
Your own money. It's in my wallet.
It's in Jason's wallet, yeah. We got a YouTube comment in here, so go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Radio Impound, sub. Don't really promote that much, but so MX says, when will the new Bruggy bodies be available, Jason?
Oh, here we go. End of this month.
Okay. End of this month, which is like tomorrow, pretty much. All right.
Well, it'll be the week after that then.
Right.
10 days. 9 days.
2 weeks in 2 weeks.
You know what's funny? Since those new bodies came out and you look at an old body,
yeah,
or when I do, God, those new ones are so much better.
They are. It just looks way better.
You get used to it fast.
Yeah, everybody complaining. Just come on.
Well, hell, I showed up in the Nats. What day was that? Like a Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that was even a thing until you told me. I was oblivious to it.
Well, you guys kept that a secret, right? Until the Nats.
Yeah, that was the first time we showed it. Yeah, it was the Nats.
Right. You didn't race it anywhere else. So
no.
The fact that Jason kept that from us, though,
Jason didn't even tell us exactly.
I know that's weird, man. Usually we get notices of this new stuff coming out. But that we did not. He really wanted to keep that under wraps. But Jason, what's in the chat never leaves the chat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right. MX says he likes the new bodies a lot better, except for the Techno, but all their bodies are terribly ugly. Okay. All right. Well,
MX304 is not wrong.
All right.
Honestly, talking about those shoes kind of brought back some memories. I remember Ryan saying that he had experimented with different shoes.
Because, oh, really?
because he was on the driver's stand, standing in one place for 45 and 60 minutes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, he said he had these ones that, when he was younger, he wore the old school Vans. I remember that.
Yeah, the vulcanized rubber soles that just after an hour, I can't even imagine.
Got to be horrible.
And then I think he got into some of the more, some of the other Nike with the very super flat soles.
Skateboarding.
Yeah, had some of those. And then it must have been, a couple years ago, he must have started getting into these different ones and the New Balance. And
he should get a shoe deal.
He should. Would be better than Chris Paul.
I feel bad for the guy. I was pulling for him.
But I mean, when the competition puts up 50 and 10 rebounds and 5 blocks, what are you gonna do?
Dude, it was unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to shake the dude's hand and say, you know what?
Boy, he's a good guy, too, man.
And he's very humble, like the most humble guy.
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
I'll tell you what. After the first 2 games, I'm like, this might be a short series.
Yeah, I know.
And the Suns lost.
They had to answer.
4.
They had to answer.
4 in a row.
4 in a row they lost.
Yeah, I mean, we were at a lot of races during that finals, and I caught the first.
Yeah,
and even out in Arizona, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you check on your good friend there, Larry Tom?
Oof.
Make sure
he went to Game 3 in Milwaukee.
Oh wow! Oh, baller.
So he went to Game 2 in Phoenix, Game 3 in Milwaukee, and yeah.
Rough.
Alex says, please call it the Bruggy finisher. The Bruggy finisher.
The Bruggy.
Bruggy.
Bruggy. I can't even say it.
I don't know. Come up. I don't know. Sounds like that.
Bruggy.
Right now we're calling it the F2.
What are you calling it?
The F2. Because that's like the other bodies we have. It's got an F2 cab. It's got an F2 front nose piece.
They had a meeting all day down there, Jason, and they were like, "What do we call this?
What do we name it?
Kirby, what do we call this?"
Then we looked at the keyboard and said F2.
F2.
Too easy.
Paul said, F you too. No, F2. Oh.
F2.
Gotcha. All right.
Wait, what?
Okay. We got some real questions in here. But,
all right, I'm here to answer them.
Call it the variant.
That would be interesting.
You don't like that? Okay.
I'll come up with a cool name that Jason will shoot down. Don't worry, guys.
Right.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Shoots them all down. Okay, well, Riley, you lose that one. That's not happening.
Kirby actually did it pretty well. You got to have the hands out like this. I went
Diamond.
Yeah, you got to have it look like that.
Is that a real movie? Was that just BS?
I think it's going to be real.
Real movie of him doing that?
Did you not? Oh, God, he didn't see it. Never mind, guys.
I saw what he, in the chat. I saw that. But
right.
I mean, I didn't know.
It looked like anybody could make that, but is it real? Right.
Right. Isn't Truggy already 2 words combined? Not sure.
It is.
Truggy and Buggy. Truggy and Buggy is 2 words combined.
Yes, Paul. What's your point?
Yeah, I think he's talking to somebody in the chat.
Oh, okay.
John Bolton says agitator.
It's definitely been the agitator. There's no doubt.
Actually, John wanted to call on the show. He messaged me earlier today. You can call on the show if you want, John. If there's a number, if you want to call into the show.
Oh, look at the banner. Wait, what's that called? The ticker. The ticker.
Yeah, the ticker.
So this is not the model that he had, but it's very close to.
Yeah.
That's very.
Okay. That's a nice looking shoe.
It's
I like it.
like got a comfort sole with pretty blacked out. Because I saw it, I was like, kind of taken back. Okay, cool.
Right.
You know what this reminds me of is when I don't know if it was this year or the last year. Ryan told me we were at the race, and he's like, "Dude, I got these glasses I wear for the mains now. Like if it's dark or and
Low light, whatnot."
yeah, so he was showing them to me before the races, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And I noticed what brand they were, and I made the mental note. And I mean, we got home on Monday. I think Tuesday we had a question through Facebook from somebody that asked what glasses was Ryan wearing during the main.
So he actually did wear them then. Yeah.
Yeah, he wore them in the main. So. And it's funny because I'm like, well, actually, they're the Milwaukee brand from Home Depot.
Really?
Oh, okay.
So they had the Milwaukee, right here.
Yep.
And we sent the guy the direct link to like Home Depot online,
So did they have like an amber or a rose lens or something?
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, there was something about the lenses. I got to look it up again, but yeah.
Okay. Hannah says New Balance makes various shoes based on how you walk and run. So they're pro nation. So they're awesome if you get fitted for the proper models. So.
Right.
Okay.
Man,
he's not wrong.
I mean, Kirby right now is just like he's just smiling on the inside, like he's just.
Yeah, this is his fashion's his thing here.
This is his stuff, man.
Like those are the Kawhi. Those are the Kawhi $100 bill Johns.
Okay.
Like they're good looking shoes, man. They make some good looking stuff.
Right.
Back to Hannah's comment. So years and years ago, when I thought, hey, I'm gonna get into running, I don't know what I was thinking because running sucks.
Oh, it's boring.
But I went to it's called the Inside Line. It's a runner's store. And just by the way I walked, they could tell what my stride was. So then they knew exactly what model or what type of shoe I needed, support or flat, whatnot. So yeah, if you're going for comfort, I would definitely suggest going to a shoe store to get an expert to tell you what kind of shoe you need. And at that point, this was a little place in Harrisburg called the Inside Line.
Okay.
It was like a running. All they had was like running shoes, hiking shoes.
Right.
And that's when I got turned on to the Brooks brand.
I remember you pumping those. I remember you pumping them in the chat.
Yeah, Brooks. For my stride, the Brooks Adrenaline is like the most comfortable shoe I've ever had. So yeah, it matters. Like you don't go based on, oh, that's a cool looking shoe. You need to, if you get a shoe that's not for your stride, it's not going to be comfortable.
Well, I might have to go to that pretty soon. I'm getting old and my feet just.
Yeah, the Air Jordans just ain't cutting it.
The air is evaporating.
Oh, look at that, Hannah. I used to work at a running store. Okay.
There you go.
Damien says, wasn't Dakota the first to rock the orange glasses? I remember him wearing them a long time ago.
I remember.
We can go right. We can go right to Kirby for this.
They were like navy blue frames with the orange lenses. Yes. Dude was like, the fact that he didn't have Oakleys on at the Nats, I was like, who is this?
You're like, if he would have had a Futaba radio, you'd have just been like, wow.
Let's go.
What was Dakota wearing? Nothing.
Oh, did he have glasses? I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Yep. Scott Hughes with the Futaba. PCM, bro.
when we were at the Nats, I remember Kirby looking on the driver's stand. He's like, "Who's using the Futaba up there?"
Who was it?
Well, Spencer has a Futaba.
Spencer runs a Futaba. That's right. Yep.
Drake has a Futaba. I mean, several people do. I think Lutz might have a Futaba.
Oh, I wanted to make this comment back when we were doing the fashion show.
Okay.
Got it. Jason had the beige low-C jacket.
Yeah.
Just think if Jason wins that second 4-wheel drive main at the 96 Roar Off-Road Nats, that jacket doesn't even come out.
Doesn't even come out.
So, could you imagine, like...
Here we go.
Could you imagine me putting that whole project on the trailer? Like, just...
Well,
we talk about this all the time.
Back to the drawing board, guys.
They get back to the meeting room at Team
Now
Losi.
we can't even beat Jason Ruona.
So we spent months and months machining these these magnesium chassis and Delrin. We put our 3 best guys on these vehicles. We had everybody from the factory down there, and we got beat
by some Florida kid.
By some kid from Florida who doesn't even want to be running 4-wheel drive.
I love it.
But it's a World's year, and he wanted to run 4-wheel.
Now, real quick question before we move on from the 96 Nats. So prior to the Nats in that annual, like that calendar year, Jason, how many times you actually run 4-wheel? None?
The Reedy race, probably. Reedy race, 96 Reedy race would have been the only other time. Probably that was the second time.
Time to dust off the car.
Wow.
Reedy, we talked about before, Reedy used to sign us up for those races, and he would, if it was a world's qualifying year, he would just sign me up for 4-wheel.
Yep.
If he thought that.
Yep.
So I guess that would be so 96. Probably qualify to be in the 97 world, so yeah. And it was funny. The funny part about that whole thing is I never thought about it then, but you would think, now it's the top, 40 guys kind of get invited to go to the Worlds, but I'm thinking, man, if I can't get in the top 40 in 2-wheel drive, why am I going to the Worlds anyway? But I guess there's breakage, so.
Right. It's true.
You know what? He sent me a great Rainbow Riders. Kirby is from that era, but he's not going to remember. He's not going to remember the guy that was the guy that did the Rainbow Rider sunglasses in Florida.
I don't know Rainbow Riders. I don't know that reference.
You might have to. You have to Google it and see if there's anything in reference to Rainbow Riders. But there was a guy in Florida that I believe he was repping, either he took it upon himself or he really was like a rep for Rainbow Riders. And I think it was for glasses and sunglasses. And
so
he
that's
just
started, a brand name?
Yeah, I believe it was a brand name. And I think he just kind of took it upon himself and he just started calling himself Rainbow Rider. Like he would sign up under Rainbow Rider. And I don't know what his name was, like Irwin, or I can't remember what his real name was, but yeah, he was always a nice guy, but he wore the big, the big rainbow. It was just Rainbow Riders, but
let's hear it now. Oh my God.
That's my Google search for Rainbow Riders.
Roller skate with rainbows. Okay.
We'll add sunglasses to the end.
All right.
Do you want to?
I never heard. Well, I read Paul's comment. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Optometrist made it. Okay.
Optometrist. He was an optometrist that made glasses for RC.
Interesting. Speaking of RC and optometrists, Joel Johnson had the coolest prescription sunglasses out there.
Yeah, it's funny that you should bring up Joel's name because
number one fan right up here. There, number one fan.
He was in a qualifier with Rainbow Rider at a national.
Oh.
And
this is crazy.
And because there was no seating back then, you got the number one guy in on road or
yeah.
So he's in the qualifier, and Rainbow Rider's in the same qualifier, and like every time Joel's lapping him, you could hear like the guy got in the way, and sorry Joel, sorry Joel.
Joel, I gotta call him Magic. All right. RJ says he would have gone with Midnight Rider before Rainbow Riders. Okay.
Rainbow Riders, man.
Paul Wynn says he was the guy that kept taking out Joel.
Okay.
So he wasn't moving over.
You don't want to be that. You don't want to be known as that guy.
Yeah.
Taking out the goat.
Yeah. Okay.
I forget what model Oakleys they were. Sorry, Joel.
Sorry, Joel.
But Joel was at a oval race in Mattoon, Illinois. It was a pro car race, actually.
Mm-hmm. Okay, pro car.
It was a pro car qualifier, and that's the first time I saw Joel with these, blue iridium, and you could see that they were prescription models. I'm like, damn, how cool are they? They were fucking awesome.
Yeah,
for that time.
Yeah,
they're probably like $500 to $1,000 for a prescription Oakley. For goodness sakes.
And when we interviewed Joel years ago, he mentioned that up until that point, up till recently, he had those, and then they got scratched, and you were like bummed out in the interview. You were like, "Oh man,
yeah, they were
scratched
sweet,
man."
Dude.
Like, just recently he scratched them.
You got the blue shades, you got the mohawk or the flat top, man. I mean,
dude,
just out there wrecking people. Yeah. But I think Dieter actually won that race. I'm not sure. I forget, but yeah. That was a cool track out there. Ameritrack. Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the magazine.
Mattoon, Illinois. That was a neat track. I think I finished 7th.
Okay.
Qualified for the Worlds, though. Yes.
And Rob Cutman won those, right?
Rob Cutman, world champion. Yep.
Pro car world champ. Hot shot sales.
Was there any international drivers at that Pro Car World Championship?
No, sir.
Okay.
Not a chance.
What are you trying to say,
in the
Jim?
mail.
RJ says Dieter was no slouch.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he won the off-road Roar Nats, too.
He was a wheel man.
Paul was at that one. I think.
No, Judge, don't sell yourself short. You're a tremendous slouch.
I was waiting for that.
Caddyshack.
Never saw it.
Kirby sitting in an old 80s Winnebago motorhome captain chair. Dude, that'd be awesome, though, man.
I'll just be back here for the rest of the show.
Yeah. That's what we need to get for the. I always wanted to get like a real beat up motorhome to go to races with the rip casts and have interviews inside them and shit.
Travel
just like a beat up piece of shit.
Let's get this. Let's set the scene.
It'd be awesome.
You're gonna roll up with a beat up van,
like Cousin Eddie's van in Christmas Vacation,
to the RC track.
RV.
And you're gonna invite people in it.
Yeah, and have it set up inside, and have the drivers come in, interview them in there.
Yeah.
That's my plans.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, well, gotta keep your eyes out on like eBay or something. Find a cheap Winnebago. Hey, Jason,
Sure.
can you get this for us?
Yeah, Jason, just buy it. It ain't nothing for you. And
JC down the whole side of it.
just but it looks like crap, like just dirt everywhere. Like just be fitting for a Radio Impound podcast. Like just this crew that shows up that's just
perfect.
You got live RCs looking fantastic there. We show up backfiring, everything.
Just smoke pouring out.
David Berkowitz says shitbox RV on the outside, party on the inside. Who needs the live RC trailer? There you go.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong, man. That's my idea. Love to make that happen.
Making it happen.
Even if I won the Powerball tonight, I'm getting a beat up RV and going to all these races.
I
The Madden Cruiser.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the Madden Cruiser. And Ripcast all over the place. And inside, nice little studio with the air conditioner sticking out the window. The air conditioner out the window, like yeah.
Duct tape off.
Yeah, be perfect for Rip. What are we gonna say, Kirby? Who needs a?
Who needs a Madden Cruiser? You just need a shitbox RV, like Damon said.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, JC spray painted on the side. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Spray painted, like Hogan NWO.
I got it.
And Paul Wynn says, with the RCA camera. Yeah. Okay.
It's coming together. Next year's Nats. At LCRC.
What are we? We're not that far away from. Technically, we're not all that far away from the 30th anniversary of the '96 Nats.
Damn. Yeah. 25. Well, we're 5 years out. Yeah.
5 years out. Well, we have to get Chris Bing back on the show then.
We got 5 years to do it. We got this.
Chris Bing. Yeah. Pencil it in, Bing.
So I'll be 49, almost 50 years old.
Wait, really? What will I be? Oh, man, I'll be in my 50s. God damn it.
So that means I
will still be, 36?
That means I was like 1920. I was like 19, 20 years old there.
29. Yeah. RJ says puffy jackets and Oakley blades in the RV. That'd be awesome.
I got the Oakley blades ready.
Kirby does.
Fashion show.
I bought the 30th anniversaries a few years ago. I couldn't pass them up. Yeah, they're sick.
Nice.
What white frames, purple iridium lenses.
Cool shit.
Yes.
White frames.
Yep.
Speaking of Bing, does Bing race anymore? Because he used to go to Mimi's track, and you guys are going there.
I don't think so.
I don't even know where Bing's living these days.
He's in the United States somewhere. I think he's down by Washington, D.C.
He was last I knew.
I don't know. Once in a while, he'll like a post or whatever, but it's very rare. I don't know.
Yep.
It's a shame. But we'll get him on the show again in 5 years.
Our old roommate.
5 more years, 30th anniversary.
Wow. Maybe we should do the podcast from where the track used to be.
Wagon Hill. Wagon Hill?
Yeah, Wagon Hill.
Yeah. Yep. I have it was I don't know what camera model it was. It was the small tape that when you wanted to watch it back, you had to put it into the VHS adapter. I had one of those cameras recording the 96 Nats.
Oh, okay.
Because I was there watching.
Right.
Pulling for Scott Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, who's this Chris Bing guy? Yeah.
Bro. Still got some comments coming in about the RIP RV. Jason, you got to make this happen for us. Damien says, can you do some between two Fern style interviews in the RV? Right.
Damon was a part of a bunch of those we did with Matt Mosier. It was good stuff.
Okay.
I got that.
I think I'm hearing myself in the echo of your phone, Jason, but is what it is. That's what we have to deal with. Jason's on his phone. Can't do much about it. Still hasn't decorated his house, so we got sound bouncing all over those walls.
Apple junk.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I guess we can get to you just came back from the Nats, the electric Nats, Jason.
Yeah. Tough race. They're all tough.
Really?
Every single one of these, there's always something challenging, and as we talked about, first of all, there was a situation last year where they were considering giving the 10 scale Roar Nationals to SS Raceway in October, but that's when the cases of COVID started kind of picking up again in Florida. And they decided to not do a Nationals at all last year. So I think part of that was they said, hey, we'll probably go back to Mimi's for 2021, but, maybe we can put you guys down as a location for the E-Nationals. And I think that's what the reason that SS ended up with the E-Nationals, because they were in consideration for doing the 10 scale in October, but that didn't work. So they're like, well, we might as well do the E-Nationals. And, the track is much more suited to 10 scale, but they made it work. I think they put in a nice layout. It was really challenging. They didn't do the sugar. Okay.
Kirby's going for a beer. He'll be right back. Gotta love it. That was a good one.
So, yeah.
That's been the Kirby. He's never coming back.
Yeah. No, with the way the track was, they put in a nice layout. It was challenging. They didn't sugar it like they did for 10 scale. And we had some great competition, as we talked about in the chat during the race. It was, it was a deep, probably 15, 16 drivers. It was really challenging. So you're still worn out from the race.
Riley says, talk about Mayfield waiting for Ty. What's that about?
Well, before that, we'll say that I think that the race ended up going pretty well. Considering that I think there was a lot of people that didn't show up, but we talked about, the people on the chat were, kind of ripping on the turnout and stuff, which, it had about 80 entries. And I mentioned to you guys that this is pretty common, honestly, for the E-Nationals. There's only been, I think, 2 or 3 of them that were very big, which was, I believe at LCRC, they had almost 300. And then at State Line, they had almost 300 entries. So it's really an event that it's really location dependent. So if the location is good for everyone that runs the E classes, then the race is big. And if it's not, we had a race at maybe one of the best tracks, if not the best 8-scale track in the nation, which was at A-Main Hobbies, and they had under 100 entries when we were there for that. So it's all about the location for this event, and the turnout was a little disappointing, but I didn't expect it to be a 300 entry race. I think if we had the 10 scale nationals there, I would expect it to be, 280 in that range, but but it wasn't. But we still had a good 15, 16 deep in 8 scale classes. They had a short course class, had about obviously 3 national world caliber guys, and the race went well. Triple A mains for each class, 7 minutes.
Right.
And The situation the guy is talking about in the chat was in A main number 2. Ryan was racing with Ty. Came down the straightaway. Ty was leading. Came up the left-hand side. There's a little elevation, and under braking, Ty. So Ryan was right behind him. Ty was braking going up the elevation, and the rear end kind of got loose on him, and Ryan kind of got into him. But it was also at the exact same moment they went behind one of the poles, because you could see behind Gotti the track with the poles on it. So it's the back left corner of that track. There is a pole right there, and that's where they got together.
Right.
They got together there, and Ryan stopped. He waited for the turn marshal to come towards Ty, and it's just melee. It was melee back there. There's now all the cars are coming. Ty was upside down. Tyler Jones T-boned Ty, went up the face of the jump. Mayfield's still waiting. Wow. All this is happening. So the cars are moving along. All of a sudden, there's a big pack in contention. So Ryan waited until Ty got going again.
Oh wow!
Because he thought that it was his fault. His fault, and he didn't want to, make it seem like it wasn't. So
wow. Okay.
So how many positions do you think he lost?
Oh, he lost all of them. Oh. He went to last.
Oh,
all of them.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, like Riley says, Mayfield was just like, I got A3.
Yeah, I mean, I know Paul was yelling from the stairs for him to go. I was yelling while I was video.
Go! Hell with them.
We were. I mean, we put our video up from the race, and I'm yelling to go. Paul's
what the F are you doing?
Because I could see it.
Hey, yeah.
I could see from where I was videoing that it wasn't his fault. So I was just like,
yeah.
Instead of wrapping it up in 2 mains, he had to go to a 3rd main. And
yeah, well, like Riley said, whatever.
I'll give these guys a shot.
Yeah, I'll give these guys a shot. I'll just sit here and wait a little bit. Okay.
And when we heard Ryan talking about it afterwards, it made a lot of sense what he was saying, the reason he did it. Yeah, he waited twice. And the reason he did it was he races with Ty all the time.
Yeah.
And he felt that it wasn't worth him acting like initially like it wasn't an issue. He wanted to make sure that he waited and also took himself out of the contention for the win in that one.
Okay.
Because of it. And he just felt like that was the right thing to do.
Even though we disagree. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, we all disagreed. But
I mean, he waited twice, Paul Wynn's saying, so.
He did, yeah. And I mean, he definitely was overly nice. Would I have waited? No way.
I would have just been like, gone out of here.
I would have been gone.
Fuck my wake.
I would have been
actually, we got a caller on the line, I believe. Caller, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, there we go. What's going on?
Oh, just listen to the show.
All right.
Kind of on and off because I've been doing things, but
all right. Who's calling in?
I had one question for Jason. This is John Bolton.
John Bolton called in. There you go, Jason. He has a question for Jason.
Yeah. So this may have been covered before, but obviously anytime you're racing, the goal, everybody's going to push the envelope and develop new product, and that's how things have gotten better over the years. You introduced the new body, and obviously the internet was full of buzz and complainers and people who liked it. You had kind of the whole aspect. But what was it like when you unveiled it at the race? What was the reaction around you? How did that go?
I think the first couple were I like it better than the Techno. So that was the first couple.
Right.
And then after that, it was just.
I think Techno has like old video game from the 70s people designing their bodies.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. We like video games here.
So
it's like a Cubert map.
After that, people just wanted one. Everybody came to us asking if we had more at the race, and we only had 4. And people at the race.
That was going to be my next question. Was how many orders did you have people calling in for on Monday morning?
There were people that were asking, via Messenger or Instagram or just direct calls. We had people asking. I had people asking on main day. I had people messaging me on main day asking if we could ship them bodies for their race the next weekend already because they had a big race somewhere.
I just found it interesting, you go online and read all the comments and stuff like that. And, if people had that attitude, we'd be still racing, RC10s with no changes. We'd have spin-on wheels and plastic fog lights.
The guys from Roar, they had
which, by the way, would be awesome if we still did race like that. But anyway, go ahead.
Pete,
the fog lights we would love.
Some guys from Roar, and one of the things I had mentioned to them was, I don't know why it would be worth spending the time and the energy to change something for the truggy class when the guys that race it and the newer people that get into it don't really care what it looks like. It's, to me, if you want to worry about scale vehicles, there's a lot of, or more realistic looking vehicles, there's a lot of new ones out there on the market that they could concentrate on and make classes for.
A trucking in its existence isn't even close to scale anything.
Well, we were mentioning that.
It has monster truck. I mean, the size of the tires are like monster truck. And, we've always kind of had stadium-ish bodies and, then we went to the tadpole style bodies and now we're on to the behind front tower bodies. But, to me, my point was, if you want to worry about scale, looks, and that authentic look, then why don't we have a scale nationals where we only do vehicles that are scale at that particular nationals? And there's a bunch of them out now that are made by either Losi or Traxxas or, there's a lot of these different vehicles out there right now that they could concentrate on. And if they wanted to concentrate on scale, and I think that would have been better use of the time than trying to measure the windshields and try to get a dimensional requirement for the truggy class. I just feel like that class is either too far gone, however you want to, paint the picture of the class, but it is what it is. And it's never been a real truck. It started as a buggy with big tires, and it's always been just sort of this combined class of buggy and truggy. And that's what we're seeing right now. We're just seeing kind of the extent of what it always has been.
Well, without any evolution, if it just continues to be the same, I think everybody's interest just drops away. I mean, just a simple body change like this has caused more talk than any new truggy introduced in years.
Yeah, and that was a point that, we at least gave everybody something to talk about during the race. Was we had this body, and it caused a ton of controversy with people talking, and it made it definitely a noteworthy event because of that. And yeah, there's something to be said for having something that caused some controversy or causing some something that made the event, noteworthy.
Right. And it's not like you designed something that didn't work. There's a difference. You designed something that worked. It served a purpose.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely worked out there on the track, and there's going to be more of it, that we see as these races go on. I mean, we ran the same body on the electric trucks over the weekend, and everything worked well again, and so we're going to get that finished up, and our goal is to get that body done and have it fit several trucks, and we got kind of a big list of things that we're trying to do with it, and so good.
Well, I mean, again, it drives interest to the class. I mean, and it's a part of the evolutionary process of racing. I mean, there is no form of racing that's not changed since its beginning. No.
Yeah. And what's really bizarre is I would say the Truggy class has progressed more than any of them throughout the years, which is kind of funny. And we've been through 3 different tire and wheel combinations and 3 bodies. It started as monster truck itself, I believe, if I remember right. Yeah.
T-Max has kind of started that thing.
Mm-hmm.
When people started converting 8-step buggies to, again, up the ante a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they created a new class out of it that way.
Yeah, that's
what racers do, That's
Yep. You can't hold it back.
Well, that was my big question for the night. So.
Okay.
I just found it extremely interesting, especially some of the comments.
As always,
most of the guys were, sitting in their basement and haven't raced in 20 years.
Well, that's part of the issue is you see a lot of those online people that don't race anymore.
That's us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of like half your shows being hosted right now. But
Right. What are you going to do?
We appreciate you calling in, though. Thanks.
Oh, thanks for the call.
And just to end this, there's no possible way to make a New Balance shoe cool.
Oh, John Bolton, you just did something very bad.
I mean, Maso may have worn them, but he was cool, not the shoe. There's the difference.
Uh-oh.
I'll be posting pics later.
All right, guys.
John, by the way, Associated Sprint Car conversion. He's got Rip logos all over it.
Yeah,
sent me photos.
Carpy's doing a rap for it.
Carpies.com did a rap for his sprint car, Jason.
It's one I saw recently.
Kirby. Yeah. He tagged us, right? In Facebook and
Carpies.
I've had a lot of comments on it, so it's pretty cool.
I think a lot of comments on the Rip logo. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That logo just does look badass. And Kirby actually I said, Kirby, we need to come up with a logo for this back in 2012. And he just drew something. I think he had, how many different versions of the logo did we draw up? Was there 3 or 4 of them? And then you sent me a few of them, and then you're like, what about this? And I'm like,
yep,
that's perfect. It's like, it's a freaking track.
And
like,
it hit me.
Yeah, it hit me.
Exactly.
But it looks badass on there. So I appreciate you applying the logo.
Yeah,
thanks for repping.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Harpies did a great job. Those guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
We didn't know Kirby.
Midwest mod body too. So
what's that?
They just didn't have a picture. I did a Midwest mod body too. They just don't have a picture of it yet. So
okay.
I'll send you a picture when I get it all put on. So
all right. Yeah. Kirby's was like, wow, somebody actually ordered this. Oh, cool. Anyway, somebody actually ordered a Rip logo. Wow.
Well, they asked me, what's that mean?
Why do we have this on file? What does this mean again?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, appreciate you calling in, John. That was awesome, man.
All right, cool. Well, have fun.
Yeah. Thanks for everything, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. Bye.
All right. John Bolton.
I remember when we came up with the name.
John Bolton.
The one option was actually Rips with an S.
Oh, was it really?
Radio Impound Podcast Show.
I remember that one.
I remember you put a lot of the logo.
I have the sketches. I have the artwork somewhere.
Yeah, you put it in the chat one day.
Yep.
I saw him. You put him in the chat one day.
Just mad scientists at work over here.
Oh, look at on the headphones there. 7XL RIP logos. Look at that. Yeah, look at that.
Blue.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. For those watching on video, there you go. Sweet.
Wait, where is it?
Practice.
Hashtag practice.
Practice.
It's awesome. That used to be a big sound drop on the show. Should bring that back, I guess. Okay.
Got the lettuce flowing.
Yeah, you do. I hate you.
I forgot I did that to the headphones. Look great.
Yeah, they do. Everything looks great.
Thank you, sir.
Jason's like,
what's that face all?
He's rolling his eyes. Okay, what were we talking about now? Nationals. We finished up with that. Mayfield waiting for Ty, which we disagree with him doing.
Sturd Shoulders. I'm right here, jerk.
Yeah.
Hubert, F off with your comment.
So both mains went down to A3, and so Ryan ended up winning the overall, as we talked about. But it went down to A3 in both, and they were all really good races. And
was the A3 close?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
It was a good race.
How was short course, Jason? I mean, is that the new take 1996 Roar off-road nets? 4-wheel drive in that era is short course the new thing? Like, hey, we race it once a year now.
It might even be it might even be less.
So just hanging in there, like that, the cat hang in there,
and that was it's just it's definitely not really anything.
Jason is at a loss for words.
Yeah. As from a national racing point of view, it's really nothing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would say the glory or whatever to win these other classes have never been higher, but short course has never been lower.
Jubert, this is the class for you. What are you talking about?
Jubert says short course can go away.
You can make a B main. I gotta imagine the actual chassis is an outdated. Well, not outdated, but just it's not been updated in years at this point, right? Just because how unpopular it is.
Well, it's not that it's unpopular in general in the market. It's just not a popular high-end race class anymore. They still do well in the market. It's still probably one of the number one entry-level cars people buy is some kind of short course. It's just taking them to the track and racing them. That leveled off so many years ago, and now it's just kind of the leftovers, and then the pros run it. Essentially, when there's a race, that there's bonus money.
Gotcha. Was there bonus money at this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So is it safe to say 2-wheel drive short course is just gone?
I wouldn't say it's gone, but
besides your entry, getting an RC.
The entry-level people, that's still a big vehicle to buy as a 2-wheel short course, but on the grand scheme of the racing side, it's very minimal. In modified, it basically does not exist at all. 17.5, 13.5 or 17.5, it definitely exists there. People race them, and they still love them. But modified 2-wheel drive, very rare, and 4x4s. 4x4s are probably one of the more popular racing classes because it's the easiest. But at this race, it wasn't a huge thing.
So Juber and Sturgill should be like 17.5 2-wheel drive short course.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be real.
Right. Rob Churchill says, Jason, build Kirby a short course 7XL style.
The 4x4 short courses work well, and Losi's probably has the best one. It's been the same for several years, like you said, but it's an updated kit. It's nice, it's not outdated. It's just, it's all that's needed for the class, and it's a good truck.
So
I know it's Gotti's favorite.
No, you're absolutely right.
I remember, my God, this is years ago when I was really close to making a comeback. Don't call it a comeback.
2013?
Been around here for years. That sounds about right. Maybe 12.
Bump and jumps.
Yeah, and I was up at LCRC also. I didn't race it. I just couple practice laps.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I was there at Bumps.
That was gonna be. Can you believe that was gonna be my comeback class?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
and after I drove it, I'm like, ooh, this is not fun or funny.
No, it was funny. Jason doesn't even know what to say to that.
I don't. I didn't know about any of this. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
I actually bought. Here's my only purchase for my comeback was I still use it around the house. Like, oh hey, I need a screw gun. But a nice white Makita.
Okay.
Screw gun that's just badass. And that's as far as I got.
Wow.
That's when divorce came in, and I was like, this is on hold.
Yeah, right. That was a good thing, though.
I mean,
both.
There was a good thing that came out of it, right?
Both of them, right? The divorce and the on hold. All right. We got some comments coming in here from my YouTube channel. YouTube.com/Radio1Pound. Lort says, I was doing some research and found, listen to this, he was doing research and found that Mayfield and Cavalieri, both of them, have 28 Roar Nationals.
Well, yeah, that's interesting.
Really?
I have it.
Well, Mayfield has 29 now, right? Or
no.
30.
I have it written down.
Or does it count?
I have it written down that Ryan has 27, but I wouldn't be surprised that there's another one in there we're forgetting, but I have it written down that he has 27, and that was the sixth e-buggy win in a row. He's won 7 e-buggies overall, but that was the 6th one in a row. So
6th one in a row?
That's a streak.
For e-buggy.
Wow.
So I have it, I can send you guys the list in the chat, but I think it's 27 total and 6 in a row for e-buggy. There's only one that he doesn't have in the classes that he races. So
this is interesting because Lort says he has a lot of free time, so he's been doing some deep research, and he also commented and said, I broke it down further into all titles and premier classes, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, nitro buggy, truggy, and Cav leads those 14-11.
Yeah, that I would say is probably accurate.
And then Riley Filbert brings up a good point. What Ryan are you talking about, Jason? They're both Ryan.
That's a great point. Yeah, what Ryan? Which one?
Ryan Mayfield.
Okay.
All right.
New Balance, Ryan. Got it.
New Balance, Ryan.
And we talked about this before on the show, but Cavallari did so much damage from 2003 to, I would say, 2011 that I'd say the majority of those victories that he's referring to, that 14, all came in that time span.
He's putting up like Kinwald numbers.
Oh, yeah. He won them in bunches, just like Kinwald. 2 here, 3 here, 3 in a row, 2, that's where Cav was. He was really eating them up. He won 4 at that one. 4 Roar Nationals at that one. So, pretty unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, Mayfield's still coming. And where Brian gets impressive, so just besides the Roar, say it's 27 or 28 Roar titles, whatever it is, where it gets more impressive for him is when you get into the Dirt Nitro Challenge victories, the Silver States, all these other events that are just as big.
As big as a Roar national title.
Yeah, and you can add another 5 or 6, Dirt National.
I get it.
So that's where it really gets impressive. And when I say that he's won hundreds of races, he's probably won hundreds of big races, not just club races or regional, like legitimately hundreds of big races.
Right.
In all kinds of different scales. So that's where it gets really impressive.
He also says the extra that I gave Mayfield was there was 1 year in like 2007 that they held a lipo brushless expo, I guess. Jason would know more about that than me.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Lipo brushless expo?
Yeah.
Tony P's like,
I'm not 100% sure where that was. Maybe could it have been they ran an 8 scale nationals at Revelation, but I think that was after. So
I think it's Laura's Cavallari's burner account. Anyway.
So 2007 would have been. I don't know where that one would have been, but I do remember there. You know what? I do.
What the lipo brushless?
You know what? I do remember that now. There was one. I think it was when in Modified Truck is where they did it, and maybe that was at that the track in New Mexico. I think it was.
an international race.
Really nice track too, but I do remember that. I don't have that on my list. That might be the 28 right there.
Well, so Mayfield winning the 2 nationals this past weekend. What's that give him?
That it's either 27. It's either 27 or 28, including this weekend. Yeah.
Kirby. Damon wants to know, Jason, how many Super Cup titles do you have?
I'm glad that he asked. It's still at 17.
17?
17, and there was this kid that was trying to catch me in Super Cup titles, but he's retired right now. But
He quit.
But
I had all my stock in Damon too. Damon, whatever.
You know what? There was a while I was winning them like Cav, man.
God damn.
I was like the Cavallari of Florida back then.
Woohoo! Paul, did you hear that?
You know how much a fan I was of Berkowitz, and honestly, he just disappeared on me. Sure.
I think Damon was getting into like to the 9-10 range of Super Cup titles. He was getting there.
What happened? Girls came along?
Jason's like almost double digits.
Yeah, we had to set him up with a girl so he couldn't get to my 17 titles.
You sabotaged that kid. Way to go.
That'll do it, dude.
We're like,
Yeah. Yeah, he says Damon said he was in double digits. Pretty sure.
so yeah, maybe he was like 11, 12. He was getting too close for comfort.
Yeah, we got rid of you.
11.
11.
Out of here. Rubbed him out. Gone. All right. Well, that's exciting. Is that it? Are we done? It's 11:30. This is crazy. This is exciting, though. Kirby's on the show. Amazing.
We could get him on every week. It'd be nice.
That'd be awesome.
Well,
People would love it.
Tell her she to put me on a schedule that got some consistency.
Just tell me you got to leave at a certain time. All right.
I got a podcast to record.
Yeah. Can't be screwing around here all day.
Jeez.
No, but it was a good nationals. It was nice to see.
Right.
We got some wins out of it. Obviously, people online give things a hard time, even when they shouldn't. I mean, the last couple of days have been a mess on social media here or there.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah. Speaking of Jason, I got a message that came in about the gas tanks when we were talking about the fuel expanding and stuff. They just want to know why you can't make those gas tanks out of carbon fiber.
Whew, that's probably expensive as shit.
Well, one thing is you wouldn't be able to see inside if the whole thing was carbon fiber. But those tanks are molded and they're two pieces. And in order to make the molded part, it has to be two pieces. So I guess you could probably construct a couple one-off fuel tanks. Either like they used to make them in the old days. They used to make welded together ones. But I think if you tried to make a carbon fiber one, well, first of all, you'd have to be able to get all those intricate details all the way up through the neck, and then have the details inside where you can run the fittings in there. And I think that the injection molded parts are just that much more versatile that you can make all those details and assemble it in two pieces. They're like ultra. I forget what the term is. It's they're welded together. There's a plastic welding process. It's called like ultra something, where the two pieces are like welded plastic together.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, if you want to have a legal tank, you just have to check it and you have to put extra. They make things that screw right into the bottom of the tank that remove space from the tank, and that's the easiest way to do it. When we raced the RC10 GT gas truck, we used to put 2 caster blocks in the gas tank. That was, you put 2 white, two white 25-degree caster blocks in your gas tank, and that made the gas.
Now, if you wanted more stability, you would put in 30-degree caster blocks.
So, and since then they've made them so that you screw a piece and it's fixed. Ultrasonic welding. There you go. You fix a piece into the tank, and it's pretty simple.
Okay.
Gilbert, we don't need it. All right.
Yeah. Ultrasonic welding. Okay.
There you go.
Hey. Just
it's like the Brady Bunch here, Jason. Kirby looking up at Jason.
Is that the right way?
Yeah, there it is.
Over there.
You look down at you. Oh. All right, well, Nationals, ENATs. Good times. Just hold that event at LCRC if you want 300 entries.
And which is, what really should have been the case is something similar to that. They could have had the ENAT, if they're going for turnout only. Now the competition's there no matter what, but if you want the bigger turnout, you got to do it by the location. And that's pretty simple for the ENATs. If you want that almost 250 to 300, you have to do it by location. And
It's big around here, so just keep it here. LCRC.
Yeah, just whatever Nats it is, just keep one at LCRC every year.
pretty much.
Seriously. If they want entries.
Like, obviously, I don't hear all the comments, but I did read a bunch of, the comment section for the LCRC Nats and post Nats, and man, from what I read, everybody was really pumped on the weekend.
That was the best track condition I've ever seen at that track. It was smooth, it was consistent, and man, by the time those mains came around, the surface was amazing there. So, yeah, they just got to keep it up and keep promoting like they do and get their turnouts, and they'll be, one of the locations everybody wants to visit. That's what it's turning into.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we done.
Wants to come to PA. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Jason DeSantos, is that how you pronounce his last name? I got to get it right. In case I do show up to, he wants me to go to Pit Stop Hobbies this weekend.
Why start now? Why get it right now?
Just keep going.
Yeah, I know. I just get it wrong. Do the what's it called? The vintage. I don't know. Some vintage race at Pit Stop Hobbies. Kirby's like,
turnbuckles.
Go do it.
Couldn't go to the Nationals, but we're gonna go to Pit Stop Hobbies.
Well, I was away during the Nationals, but
you're back.
I'm back. Look, Jason, can you tell Jason how I operate just in case I don't show up?
You're unreliable.
Kirby, can you tell him? I don't want Jason to get mad at me if I don't show up at Pit Stop Hobbies.
Don't give up on me.
Don't give up on me. I'm a nice guy. I don't mean to be.
Listen, that's a drive
from Harrisburg.
I'll
be in Harrisburg by Friday.
Harrisburg, that's probably about an hour, huh? I know pit stop for me is over an hour.
No, I thought we looked it up. I thought it was like 30 minutes for me.
Wow.
Why did you go say that? Now those expectations really got high.
Ah, shit. I screwed that up.
You gotta be out there.
So,
or Jason, you can come watch me play softball.
Oh, you're playing softball Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Where at? Lancaster or something? Where do you play?
Up my way.
Oh, in Tower City. I mean, right here, Jason says, I'll have this stuff there no matter what. It's an hour and a half for him. And I believe I looked it up to see how far it was from Harrisburg. It was 30 miles. So
30 miles. That's probably.
So he's got to drive further. He's got to drive further to bring your stuff so you can race.
Well, he's racing anyway.
Yeah,
like
he's
if I
bringing his stuff.
It's not a lot. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And I know if I go, I'll have a good time, but it's just a matter of getting there. Is like I just
going out in public and
that's the mode. Yeah, exactly.
Leaving the house.
I would need one of you two to just it won't be Kirby because he wants me to go to a softball game, but it would have to be Jason to call me. You, Jason, call me and just be like, "Are you going?
Here's a pep talk.
Get in the car now." Go to Pit Stop Hobbies now. Rep J Concepts. And then if it looks like you're really doing bad, just take that J Concept shit off your don't rep J Concepts then.
Man.
You see me up there like with the J Concept stuff on and like I'm just crashing everywhere. I mean, what kind of look does that give you?
Put the Trinity jacket on.
Yeah.
Good idea.
All I need to do is hold the radio if I show up. That's it. He'll have everything ready to go. Jason, what time does this start? I meant to ask you.
Jesus, I might go.
Hey, yeah.
That sounds like my dream deal right there. That's all I want to do.
Hey,
hand me the radio and I want to race.
It's not about what time they start. It's
not
about what time they start because you got to practice. You got to get there in the morning for practice.
No, I want to go right in. There's no practice, right?
Oh my!
Jason, you need to call into the show 570-554-082 or wait 0877.
Can I go?
You need to practice.
Can I leave?
Where are you going?
To bed.
Oh, it's only 11:30. You guys, what time's your flight tomorrow? All right, Jason wants to go. Sorry, Jason, you can't go on the show. Well, 8:30 practice till what time? So I think racing starts at 10:30. Wow, that's not bad. I show up at 10.
Jesus, that's early.
Show up at 10. All right,
Jason's
Jason.
not out of bed by then.
If I could, yeah, you're not out of bed by then, Jason. What are you? It's 11:30. What are you worried about?
Yeah, you got 12 hours of sleep.
It's not very often we have Kirby on the show, Jason. We got to make the most of it.
Well, you guys can make the most of it.
All right, so
we will.
All right, so you're heading to Mimi's this weekend. The track. What do they just have a regular race going on? Club race?
It's a club race. They were going to have an official warm up, but they moved that. So we're just going to try to go up there, get some dirt samples, and go all Cliff Led on this thing.
Right. Okay, you and Spencer are going up there. And Kirby, you have a softball game Saturday.
I'd come down there to the track, but I probably have grass to cut or something.
Oh, thank you very much. I haven't been to Pit Stop Hobbies since we were there together.
I was just thinking that, man.
Right before you
I remember the last time I was there at Pit Stop.
1997? 7. Yeah. That's the last time I was there, 96. Jason. Both Jasons. That's the last time I was there.
I think I had a RC10 T2?
Yeah, T2. Yeah.
Maybe.
So photos in there.
Right. Yes.
Different
Turbo
owners.
30s.
Right? Different owners.
I have no idea, dude.
What was the guy? What was his name that owned that place?
Jim Stout used to own it.
Jim Stout. Yeah.
Schumacher, bro.
Yeah.
Schumacher driver forever back in the 90s. Yes.
Oh, okay. I just remember Regal always running Schumacher.
Regal ran all the weird shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Jason Kirby has softball, so we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll show up Saturday and surprise everyone, and maybe not shock anyone.
No.
Just don't be mad at me, Santos. Don't be mad.
You can just block him if he's mad.
All right, that was episode 227. Appreciate everybody joining in the chat. It was a lot of fun. Don't forget to tell a friend, like our page, go over to YouTube, start subbing that, youtube.com/radio1pound. And what a joy it was to have Kirby Hand on the show with us. It's been a few years. Look at that. He's drinking his IPAs. And hopefully we can have you on again. This time, not wait a few years.
Well, I had vacation this week, so I had availability.
Right. But hopefully, if things work out, you get something different. Be more podcast friendly.
Well, I put my application to JC. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, there you go. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody joining us. We'll see you for 228 sometime in the near future. And maybe I'll tell you all about my race at Pit Stop Hobbies if I go.
Don't got to worry about that.
All right, guys. See you.
Later.